Hello, I'm Mrs. Amadimo and this is Penny. Today we're going to be continuing our unit on measuring. We're going to be using non-standard units to draw lines of different lengths today. Let's get started. All right, my friends, we're going to get started. Let me read the essential question for the first time and then I'll have you read it with me the second time. Here we go. How do you use a non-standard measuring tool to measure length? Read it with me this time. How do you use a non-standard measuring tool to measure length? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? We always do it. What are we going to do? Penny, what are we going to do? Penny says we have to write an I can statement. And I see a lot of you are already telling me. All right, what's that rule about that word I? Correct, it's got to start with a capital letter. I can, and you're spelling it for me. C-A-N, use. A, and I'm going to come up here and borrow this non-standard. It's right up here for me. N-O-N-S-T-A-N-D-A-R-D, non-standard measuring tool, measuring, M-E-A-S-U-R-I-N-G, tool, ooh, O-O-L, I can use a non-standard measuring tool to do what? You got it, it's right up here. To measure length. To measure, M-E-A-S-U-R-E, length. L-E-N-G-T-H. And what goes at the end of my statement? Correct, we need a period. All right, my friends, let me read it the first time and then would you read it with me the second time? Here we go. I can use a non-standard measuring tool to measure length. Read it with me this time. I can use a non-standard measuring tool to measure length. Now you ought to be saying, Mrs. Amadimo, what does that mean? Well, if you give me a second, I'll tell you. We are going to be using pennies to measure some different lengths. And I'm going to give you word problems today, and we're going to have to figure out how long the lines have to be, and we're going to use pennies to do it. I'm going to be switching to paper because, as you saw in our last video, if I try to balance them on my eraser, they start falling off. You ready? Let's switch. All right, my friends, I've switched to the table. Come on around so you can see, and let's read this first word problem. Bailey has 3 ribbons. The blue ribbon is about 4 pennies long. The red ribbon is about 1 penny long. The green ribbon is 2 pennies longer than the red ribbon. Measure and draw the ribbons in order from longest to shortest. Read it with me this time. Bailey has 3 ribbons. The blue ribbon is about 4 pennies long. The red ribbon is about 1 penny long. The green ribbon is 2 pennies longer than the red ribbon. Measure and draw the ribbons in order from longest to shortest. Now don't get freaked out, my friends. First thing we're going to do is break this down piece by piece by piece. So Bailey has 3 ribbons. So we know we're making 3 ribbons. So we've got 3 ribbons. The blue ribbon is about 4 pennies long. So the blue ribbon is going to be about 4 pennies long. The red ribbon is about 1 penny long. So red is going to be 1 penny long. The green ribbon is 2 pennies longer than the red ribbon. So this is the one that's a little bit interesting. So the green is going to be red plus 2. So let's go piece by piece. Let's start with the blue ribbon. So the blue ribbon is 4 pennies long. 1, 2, 3, 4. So just like we were doing measuring yesterday, my friends, we're going to put a little line on the edge of the penny. Oops, and try not to let them wiggle. And we're going to do a little line on the other penny. And we're going to slide them up out of the way, and we're going to draw our line across. So that is our blue line. Now let's do our red line. Our red line is 1 penny. So there's my 1 penny. So I'm going to draw my little line. I'm going to draw my little line. And I'm going to connect them. So that's my 1 penny red line. And then my green is red plus 2. Well, red is 1. So the red one is 1 penny long. So this is my 1 for the red. And then it needs to be 2 more. 1, 2. So let's count that, my friends. We've got 1, 2, 3. The green line has to be 3 pennies long. So we drew our little line on the side, our little line on the side, slide our pennies out of the way, and we connect them. So we've got our lines. We've got the blue line is 4 pennies long. The red line is about 1 penny long, and the green line is about 3 pennies long. But here's what we forgot. Up here, it says measure and draw the ribbons in order from longest to shortest. Now remember, my friends, longest means it's as big as the bigger one, and shortest means it's the smaller one. So we've got to rewrite these. So, all right, my friends. So we've got to put these in order from longest to shortest. So which one of these 3 lines is the longest? Is the blue line the longest, the red line the longest, or the green line the longest? Penny, what do you think? Which one's the longest? Penny says the blue line is the longest, and the blue line was 4 pennies long. So I'm going to grab my 4 pennies, and I am going to make my line 4 pennies long. Slide those out of the way. I'm going to draw my line across. Now, which one is the medium line? Is the red line the medium line, or the green line's the medium line? Red or green? Which one? Correct. The green line is the medium line. And we said that one was 1 plus 2. What's 1 plus 2? Yes, you're right. It is 3. So we have to draw a line that is 3 pennies long. So we're going to line up 3 pennies. Try to hold them still. I'm going to put a little line on one side, a little line on the other side. Slide my pennies out of the way. I'm going to make my line. And that means our last shortest line has to be the red line, my friends. And it is 1 penny long. So I'm going to hold my penny in place. I'm going to make my line, I'm going to make my line, and draw my lines across. And now there's only one thing left for me to do. I need to write my labels. So the blue line is the longest. Blue line is the longest. How do we spell longest? You're right, it's L-O-N-G-E-S-T. Green line is our medium line. How do we spell medium? You're correct. M-E-D-I-U-M. And what's our last line? What do we call the one that is the littlest? You're right, it's the shortest line. Spell shortest for me. What's that that digraphed? You're right, S-H, or. What 2 letters make the or sound? O-R, T, est. What 3 letters make the est sound? Let me hear you. E-S-T. Nicely done, my friends. Let's check in and let's try another one. All right, my friends, let's check in after that last problem. Give me a thumbs up. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, Mrs. Amodimo. I got this. It's making sense. Give me a thumbs to the side. I'm working on it. It's starting to make sense, but I'm still not 100% sure. Thumbs down. Miss Amodimo, I'm trying, but it's not making a whole lot of sense. Okay, thank you for sharing with me, my friends. Now, don't worry if it's still not easy. Remember, this is something new, and it's going to take us a little while to get there. And if you don't have pennies at home, try and find something else to measure with. Remember, we've used quarters, you can use dimes, you can use Legos, you can use M&Ms. I told you my boys ate all of my M&Ms. You could also use things like Cheerios or Fruit Loops. Look around your house and see what you've got. As long as you've got a lot of them, you could use them for this problem. Let's try another word problem together, and then I want you to do one more on your own. All right, my friends, I'll read it first, and then you read it with me the second time. Amy has 3 ribbons. The yellow ribbon is about 4 pennies long. The orange ribbon is 3 pennies shorter than the yellow ribbon. The blue ribbon is 2 pennies longer than the yellow ribbon. Measure and draw the ribbons in order from longest to shortest. And let me fix that mistake. All right, my friends, read it with me. Amy has 3 ribbons. The yellow ribbon is about 4 pennies long. The orange ribbon is 3 pennies shorter than the yellow ribbon. The blue ribbon is 2 pennies longer than the yellow ribbon. Measure and draw the ribbons in order from longest to shortest. Good. All right, my friends, you know what we're going to do. We're going to break it down piece by piece. Let's start right here. The yellow ribbon is about 4 pennies long. Now, it's not easy to see yellow, so I'm going to switch to black. So our yellow ribbon is about 4 pennies long. The orange ribbon is 3 pennies shorter than the yellow ribbon. So it's 3 pennies shorter. So orange is yellow, yellow's 4, and it's 3 pennies shorter. If it's 3 pennies shorter, am I adding or subtracting? If it's shorter, penny, am I adding or subtracting? Correct, I am subtracting. So we've got to do 4 minus 3 to get our answer for how long the orange ribbon's going to be. Now, the blue ribbon is 2 pennies longer than the yellow ribbon. It's 2 pennies longer than the yellow ribbon. So blue is going to be yellow, yellow's 4, and it's 2 pennies longer. It's 2 pennies longer. Penny, if it's 2 pennies longer, or am I adding or subtracting? Penny says I'm adding. She's right. So we've got to do 4 plus 2. We've got to do 4 plus 2. All right, my friends, let's get started. So the yellow ribbon is 4 pennies long. So I need 4 pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to try and hold them still with one hand while I put my line on each side. And then, my friends, I'm going to grab my yellow crayon and I'm going to make my yellow ribbon. So there's the length of my yellow ribbon. Now my orange ribbon, my friends, we have to finish this problem. I've got 4 minus 3, 4 minus 3. Now, if you don't know this, okay, I know you know this, but if you don't know this, what can we do? Penny, what can we do if we don't know this? Penny says we can draw a quick pick, and she's right. So I could make 4 circles, and then I've got to cross out 3 of them, and I'm left with a difference of 1. Oh, you knew that. I'm so glad you knew that. So my friends, here is my 1 penny. I'm going to do my little line on one side, my little line on the other side to help me get that length correct. Pick up my orange crayon, and I'm going to draw the length of my orange ribbon. Now I'm coming down for our blue ribbon. Now, again, my friends, we have to do a little math. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We've got 4 plus 2. 4 plus 2. And again, pretend this was hard. We can draw that quick pick. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And when we put them together, 4 plus 2 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Equals 6. So we've got to make the blue ribbon 6 pennies long. And remember the rules, my friends. We can't have weird spacing. See how I've got this gap here? That's against the rules. We got to slide them together, slide them together. And then again, little line on this side. Oh, I can almost go off the table. I guess my line's going to go all the way to the edge on this one. All the way to the edge. I'm going to pull this to the side. And I am going to take my blue and draw my line all the way across. So that is the length of my blue ribbon. Now, my friends, we've got to go back to the top because we're not done. Measure and draw the ribbons in order from longest to shortest. Longest to shortest. So down here, let's figure it out. Which one of these ribbons is the longest? Which one's the longest? Penny, which one's the longest? Penny says the blue ribbon's the longest. So the first ribbon we have to do is the blue ribbon. 4, 5, we said it was 6 pennies long. So there's my 6 pennies. I'm going to try and line them up. I'm going to try and hold them in place so they don't wiggle. They kind of wiggling. Draw my little lines on the edge, slide my pennies, and I'm going to make my line with my blue. That's my longest line. Then, my friends, which one's the medium line? We've got the yellow line and the orange line left. Which one's the medium line? You are correct. The yellow line is the medium line, and we know that one is 4 pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, my friends, I'm going to try and line them up. I'm going to hold them still with my helper hand. I'm going to put a little line. I'm going to put a little line. And then I'm going to draw in the length of my yellow ribbon. And my last one, because it's the only one left, is my orange line, and that's 1 penny. 1 penny. So I'm going to hold it still. I'm going to make my little line. I'm going to make my little line. And then I'm going to use my orange crayon and come all the way across. And now, before we're done, my friends, let's label them. Let's label them. The blue line is our longest line. How do we spell longest? You let me hear you. L-O-N-G-E-S-T. The yellow line is our medium line. How do we spell medium? Yes, M-E-D-I-U-M. And that means our orange line is our shortest line. And you know I love that digraph. Shh. Let me hear you. S-H, or, O-R, T. And what 3 letters go est at the end of the word? E-S-T, shortest. Nicely done, my friends. I'm going to show you the next word problem and read it to you, and then I want you to pause the video and try that one on your own. All right, my friends, let me read it to you the first time, and then you read it with me the second time. Anderson measures his shoe to be about 9 pennies long. First, draw a line that is 9 pennies long. Then, draw a line 2 pennies shorter than Anderson's shoe. Last, draw a line that is 2 pennies longer than Anderson's shoe. Read it with me this time. Anderson measures his shoe to be about 9 pennies long. First, draw a line that is 9 pennies long. Then, draw a line 2 pennies shorter than Anderson's shoe. Last, draw a line that is 2 pennies longer than Anderson's shoe. All right, my friends, pause the video for a second and give this problem a try. All right, my friends, let's break it down and go through this piece by piece. Anderson measures his shoe to be about 9 pennies long. First, draw a line that is 9 pennies long. So my first line has to be 9 pennies. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's my 9 pennies long, my friends. And I'm going to try and make it a little straighter because right now it's a little wiggly woggly. And I'm going to use my marker, no gaps. I'm going to use my marker and I'm going to make a little line on this side and a little line on this side. And I'm going to slide my pennies out of the way. And I'm going to use my blue crayon for this first line. So that's the length of Anderson's shoe. Clue 2. Then draw a line 2 pennies shorter than Anderson's shoe. So we've got to make a line that is 2 pennies shorter than Anderson's shoe. All right, my friends, 2 pennies shorter. Shorter. Am I adding or subtracting? You're correct. I am subtracting. So we have to do 9 minus 2. 9 minus 2. Now, if you get stuck, what can you do? Penny, what can we do if we get stuck? Penny says draw a quick pick. Oh, you're telling me you don't need a quick pick? All right, this is my last quick pick. So we draw 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're going to subtract and cross out 2. What's my difference, my friends? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 9 minus 2 equals 7. So we've got to make our next line 7 pennies long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, my friends, just like before, I'm going to put a little line on one side, going to put a little line on the other side, and I'm going to slide those pennies out of the way so that I can draw my line that is 2 pennies shorter right here. Our last one, my friends. Last, draw a line that is 2 pennies longer than Anderson's shoe. Well, Anderson's shoe is 9 pennies, and 2 pennies longer means what? You are correct. We've got to add 2. And I already hear you. Okay, you don't need a quick pick. Can you tell me the answer? Yes, you're right. 9 plus 2 equals 11. So my friends, we need 11 pennies. I hope I have 11 pennies. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, there's a penny underneath here. Don't need that one. 11. All right, my friends, draw that little line at the very beginning. Draw that little line. Try and keep your pennies straight at the end. And then slide those pennies out of the way and draw your line across. Now, my friends, they didn't ask, but I'm going to ask you anyway. What color line is the longest? Call it out. Let me hear you. You're correct. This yellow line is the longest. Which one's the medium one? Let me hear you. You're right. The blue line is the medium line. And that means our orange line, our last one, is the shortest. Go ahead and spell it for me. S-H-O-R-T-E-S-T. So that's the shortest line. How are you feeling? All right, my friends, I hope you enjoyed that lesson. Tomorrow we'll review with one short word problem, I promise. And then we are going to start our new topic, time. We're going to be learning how to tell time on what they call an analog clock. We'll talk more about that on our next episode. Bye.